Welcome everyone to this review of WWE Smackdown's episode from June 21st. The man who cost Drew McIntyre the title opened the show. CM Punk began his promo talking about pressure and how he had felt pressure throughout his career, but he didn't let Chicago down at Money in the Bank 2011 like Drew McIntyre let down Scotland at Clash at the Castle. During his promo, Punk stated that his goal was to bury McIntyre's career, and he had succeeded because McIntyre had quit WWE Raw and left. Punk was then interrupted by Paul Heyman. Heyman warned Punk that Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline were targeting him because Chicago was his city, and Solo want every city to be his. Heyman asked Punk if he were to do him the favor of leaving to take him with him. Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline entered. Sikoa explained to CM Punk that he had two options. Either he showed his respect to the Bloodline, or the Bloodline would ensure he could never wrestle again. Of course, CM Punk was not considering either option, as he didn't see the Bloodline but rather fake-ass Usos and a fake tribal chief. The Bloodline was preparing to attack, but Cody Rhodes suddenly emerged with baseball bats and challenged Solo Sikoa to a match tonight. This new Bloodline aims to be as dominant as the old one. They want to target everyone, and that little phrase from Paul Heyman hinted that he did not wish to remain in this clan led by Sikoa. Chelsea Green defeated Michin and Bianca Belair to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The match ended with Chelsea tossing Belair out of the ring after Belair hit the KOD on Michin. Chelsea then pinned Michin. It was a great match that was well received, with Chelsea Green being as entertaining as ever and deserving her qualification. We're already looking forward to seeing her performance in the Money in the Bank match. In the backstage area during an interview with Grayson Waller, noises were heard behind a door. It swung open, revealing CM Punk on the ground bloodied, with Drew McIntyre standing over him. McIntyre hoisted Punk onto his shoulders, traversed through the backstage area, and deposited him on the ramp in front of the Chicago crowd. A close-up showed Punk's bloodied face as McIntyre took his AJ and Larry bracelet. Several doctors, officials, and Nick Aldis joined them on the ramp, where McIntyre pushed aside the GM before departing, leaving Punk to be taken away in an ambulance later. This storyline is keeping us on the edge of our seats, and we're eager for Raw to see what McIntyre will say and to get updates on Punk. Carmelo Hayes defeated Randy Orton and Tama Tonga by pinning Orton with a roll-up to qualify for Money in the Bank. Randy was distracted by Tonga Loa just long enough for Carmelo Hayes to surprise him and get the win. Kevin Owens also intervened, but it wasn't enough. LA Knight stepped into the ring and called out Logan Paul to challenge him for the United States Championship, but Paul did not show up. LA Knight then stated that he would defeat him anyway next week in their Money in the Bank qualifying match. Santos Escobar, who will also be in this triple threat match, interrupted and entered the ring. Escobar labeled Knight as a fanboy living in illusions. Knight reminded Escobar that every time they had met in the ring before, he had beaten him. Escobar attempted to attack Knight, but LA Knight countered with his BFT. At that moment, Logan Paul suddenly appeared, attacked Knight by surprise, and knocked him out. Escobar could be the one to capitalize on this situation and win the match. He could wait for LA Knight and Logan Paul to settle their issues and then surprise them with a roll-up. In a new Money in the Bank qualifying match, Andrade defeated Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller by pinfall with his hammerlock DDT on Waller. Before the match, Kevin Owens was attacked by the Bloodline, but Randy Orton came to his aid with a chair. However, this attack weakened Owens, who fought through the pain. He even managed to hit his stunner on Andrade, but Grayson Waller dragged Owens out of the ring and delivered a DDT on the floor. As a result, Andrade qualified for Money in the Bank. Just before the main event, Heyman tried to reason with Solo before his match with Cody Rhodes, saying that Roman Reigns had told him that CM Punk was off limits due to his relationship with Punk, and that Solo was supposed to keep Cody in check while Roman was away. That's when Solo said that Roman wouldn't be coming back. Heyman appeared visibly shocked by these words, and it's understandable why. The match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa began with the Bloodline attacking Rhodes in the opening minutes, prompting the referee to stop the match. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens rushed to Cody's aid, clearing Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga from the ring and cornering Sikoa. However, before they could exact revenge, a new threat emerged in the form of Jacob Fatu, who single-handedly attacked all three superstars. Fatu executed a Samoan drop on the steel steps for Kevin Owens, followed by a spear through the barricade for Randy Orton. Despite Cody's attempts to defend himself, he ultimately suffered a massive Samoan splash from the top rope through the announce table. The show ended with a shot of the four Bloodline members in the ring. Jacob Fatu made a thunderous debut by dismantling three of SmackDown's biggest names, including the champion, entirely on his own. WWE had concerns he might overshadow Solo Sikoa, and they were right. But for now they are all listening to Solo, With these four men, the Bloodline looks set to dominate SmackDown in the coming weeks. Owens, Orton, and Rhodes are outnumbered unless they find a fourth person to assist them. Any ideas? That's it for this review. Did you enjoy this episode of WWE Smackdown? Until the next video, take care. See you soon.